Good afternoon, everyone. I am Someli Akhtar from Olympic Institution, and we were studying about the first chapter of class 12, that is reproduction in organisms. And we have now reached till the end of the topic, that is post-fertilization events. So quickly, we will see what is post-fertilization event, and then we will discuss the other events. Okay, like we have completed the fertilization, how fertilization occurs, and what are the process. Now, in post fertilization events, we will see after the fertilization, that is, after the zygote formation, what are the changes that occur. Okay, how a zygote is formed. So, quickly let us see. Zygote formation is what the fertilization leads to the formation of diploid single celled called zygote. How fertilization occurs? Male plus female gamete diffuse together, and after fertilization, diploid cell zygote is formed. Okay, and what are the characteristics? This zygote ensures the continuity of the species from one generation to the next generation. Means it is possible only because of the zygote that one generation is carried on to the next one. Okay. Then the growth and development of the zygote depends upon the condition and environment to which it exposed. In some zygotes undergo a resting period before germination and develops a thick wall around itself to prevent desiccation and damage. Okay, means it is saying there are various kind of zygotes which try to survive. Okay, and due because of the survival capacity in the zygote, some develop thick wall around themselves, some develop shell-like structures, some develop amnion, chorion, and every other structures. Okay, so zygote has many other features to protect it from desiccation and damage. Okay, in haplontic life cycle, it is what happens ki the zygote divides by meiosis, and it will form the haploid spores, and from that haploid spores, haploid individuals will be formed. Then in diplontic life cycle, that zygote divides by meiosis, which form diploid embryo, resulting in diploid individual. Means diploid embryo will be formed and diploid individuals will be formed as a result of zygote formation. Then in haplodiplontic individuals, zygote divides by mitotic division to form diploid sporophyte. Then from that sporophyte, haploid spores by meiosis will be formed, and which will divide by mitotic division and mitotic division, and then it will form haploid gametophyte, and that gametophyte produce gamete through mitosis. Okay, so this is all the process of what zygote formation. How a zygote is formed, and what are the characteristics of zygote in diplontic life cycle, haplontic life cycle, and haplodiplontic life cycle. Now we will see embryogenesis. Okay, it is the last topic of this chapter. Embryogenesis is what? The process of development of embryo from the zygote is called as embryogenesis. Means zygote से embryo को formation जितना भी process है, that process is called as embryogenesis. It will involve two steps. One is cell division, which basically means mitosis, which is increasing the number of cell, and the other is cell differentiation. After the differentiation, different kind of cells like zygote will form into morula, then blastula, then gastrula, then every other things, and finally the embryo formation will take place. Okay, so embryogenesis will involve two steps. One is cell division, mitosis, another is cell differentiation. For the formation of different kinds of tissues and organs, the animals are divided into two groups based on the zygote development outside or inside the female body. How animals are divided? They are divided into two groups. One is oviparous, other is viviparous. Oviparous is what? Those animals which lay eggs. The animals in which the development of zygote takes place outside the body of female parent is called oviparous. Outside the body means they will lay the egg in their care, in their protection, and the egg will be laid outside the body of female, and then those animals will be called as oviparous animals. Okay, in them fertilized egg formed are covered with hard calcareous shell and are kept in a safe environment. After a period of incubation, the young ones hatch out from the shells. Examples: birds and reptiles. Birds and reptiles do what? They are oviparous kind of animals. Their females lay their egg outside their body, and they took care of that egg until the hatching period. And after the complete incubation or hatching period, the young ones come out from that shell. Okay. Now, viviparous. Viviparous animals means what? Those animals in which the development of zygote into young ones takes place inside the body of female is called as viviparous. Means whole development will take place inside the body of female animal. Okay, after attaining certain growth of the young one, then only the young one will be delivered outside the body of the female. before incomplete development will not occur here, and most of the mammals follow this kind of viviparous process. Okay, so after attaining a certain stage of growth, the young ones are delivered out of the body of female organism. Example, most of the mammals. Now, in flowering plant, zygote is formed inside the ovule. After the fertilization, all the parts of flowers are shed off except the pistil. Except pistil, all of the part will shed off. Okay. In some plants, the sepals are persistent, remain attached to the developing fruits. In ovule, zygote divides several times to form an embryo. The wall of ovule becomes hard and develops seed. What happens? Ovule will develop into seed in the flowering plant after for zygote formation and after the embryogenesis. After these development, the wall of ovary also starts to swell, and ovary will form the fruit, which in turn develops into thick cell wall called pericarp. When the seed mature, they disperse, and under favorable conditions, they germinate and are able to form new plant. Means basically after the fertilization and zygote formation, ovary क्या हो जाएगा? The ovary will develop into fruit and the ovule will develop into seed, and then from that seed we can grow into the soil and a new plant can develop. So this is all about how a reproduction occurs in various kind of organisms, like in plants, in animal, in bacteria, and everything. So with this chapter is completed. That's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.